Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. So today is day 4 on the Pioneer server and yet again Contess is in the top team and making an absolutely massive score gap in this Gloommaw boss. As you guys can see here, the top team is just going to be using Baelran, not even Aliceth in it, and using Contess's charms to buff up Baelran's damage. Gunnar still is in the top team as of right now. He's very effective for the Gloommaw boss, so probably he is going to remain top for all of Endless for the whole season for Gloommaw. Twins, of course, and then Gala as well. If you take a look at the damage output, a lot of damage coming in from Baelran and Contess, but of course Galahad is going to be leading the charge as she always does. So this team formation, if you want to look at the score gap compared to the current top global team, current top global team is sitting at 479 billion damage, and the best team so far cooked up by Mars GMB is this Contess team formation, 640 billion damage. That is like almost over 160 billion score gap between the two teams, around 180 actually billion, or yeah, 160 plus score gap. And the thing is, Frosty has just cooked a team which he hasn't shared yet, and he's 15 billion damage higher than me, and I'm almost certain that it would be a Contest team, because the difference between no Contest is just way too massive currently as things stand. So, the thing about all of this means, again, this is just solidifying the fact that Contess is absolutely game-changing for Endless Dream Realm specifically. She is an absolute beast and menace. She is as important as, you know, Twins and Galahad when it comes to Endless difficulty bosses. And that is why, when you're looking at the meta over the past 3 days, like if we just look back over the top teams in the last few days, we can just see it here. So, Gloommaw, we had this. Sarathiel, top team, again, Contess, Twins, Gala. And then we have King Croaker. This was Contess, Twins, Gala. A lot of Aliceth, of course, and she is really strong. But then also Necrodrake and Twins, Gala, Contess, and then also, or Contess. People told me I should pronounce her name correctly. I will try to change in my mind. It just always defaults to Contess, but Contess. Contess is her name. We'll try to call it Contess from right now. But yeah, Harak, Contess, Gala, and Twins. So yeah, I mean, as you guys are seeing, the meta is shaping up to be Endless necessary heroes, these 3 heroes. The only boss where maybe they won't all 3 be in is going to be the Blightshroom, but probably only Twins will be missing from Blightshroom because you can't cast ultimates. Contess is still probably going to be good for Blightshroom. I mean, there is a bit of problem because you're going to silence your own team without being able to cast ultimates. Contess does also want to cast ultimates. However, she still does get her debuff value, so it will be a toss-up. We'll have to see about Blightshroom. That could be the only boss kind of up in the air, but definitely Nocturne Judicator we talked about. She's going to dominate due to the charms that she has. So this is just, again, solidifying the fact in the current state, Contess is very strong, very must-have. I'm just gonna keep my eyes out for the VN server release of Contess and then also global server, because things are not final until they arrive to global. So anything is still up in the air. Everything can still be subject to change up until her release to global server, which will be in just 4 days from right now. Just 4 days from right now is all we have to wait for that. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be big news. Now, again, I just want to talk about made my State of the AFK Journey video yesterday. And I think that a lot of the points that I mentioned, maybe they are a bit of a tough thing to talk about. However, I think it needs to be said. For example, I think, honestly speaking, a Celestial Hypogean swap ticket is very necessary right now and probably overdue. I think the game has been out over 2 years. If we look at the list of Celestial Hypogeans in the game, I think there are 20 right now. Like, look, there's 7 per row. We have exactly 20 Celestial Hypogean heroes, and players who have been playing from a long time have a lot of heroes which are just not useful anymore and would be great targets to swap. And even players who are more recent, newer players, they could consider, oh, you know, maybe I'll swap my Baelran into Contess, or maybe I'll swap my Gunner into Contess if they just invested into Gunner right now, or Mahir into Contess, or something like that. Because basically, I think that the problem is not necessarily the Celestial Hypogeans being strong. Like, it's not like I am upset or think that the community has a problem with Contess being strong, but the problem is that we just got Gunner, who was a pretty decent all-around Dream Realm hero, and then right after that we're getting hit with Contess, who is like basically now even going to be questioned. Gunnar is going to question his position in Dream Realm due to her release, and that's really soon after, you know, Gunnar hasn't even had that much time to shine, and she's just completely going to eclipse his effect and his impact. And I think that is more of basically what is problematic, right? Because you don't know then, like, any hero you invest in, like, there's no guarantee how long are they going to survive. Are they only going to have 1 month of actual usage, when in which case it's just not, you're not getting the value out of that hero. And I think a swap ticket would be a really good gesture to the community to help them basically pick up the hero, which is a fan favorite hero, which is Contess. It is a fan favorite hero from the story, and is also going to be massively game changing and must have status. And it's a different story if it was just like a raid up recruitment hero like Gala was last season. But being a Celestial Hypogene and so impactful, it like is really going to hurt players who are not able to get her, or who have, for example, other Celestial Hypogenes which they would be wanting to swap into her. So I'm really hoping that the devs do consider this basically request of a Celestial Hypogene swap ticket. I think now is a perfect time to release it, around about Contest's release. And then also, I would like to have one coming out at least once per year that people can look forward to. And then any bad investments they've made, any heroes which have fallen really hard out of the meta, they'll begin to be able to salvage them to an extent. And honestly, I understand that maybe this is going to lose out in some profits. However, I think actually is going to lead to higher profitability in the long term, because this is like a small gesture that is going to go a long way with players and probably keep players more interested in continuing. Because of course, like, the ideal situation is that what, you know, game developers want is they want people to be spending and buying the newest things. But the problem is, that's an ideal world, because realistically, people may get to a point that they are just fed up and they give up on the game entirely, which is not what anyone wants. This is not what the community wants. It's not what the developers want. And I think that we are at a point that this Celestial Hypogene swap ticket, for example, as a gesture, basically could go a long way in keeping players attached to the game and continuing playing. Because I do worry that without that, and then also without any meaningful additions to core game modes, more engaging content, actually like something new and fresh, that is like a daily sort of thing, I feel like the gameplay loop is in an uncertain spot right now in terms of how many people want to continue this gameplay loop that we're currently have been having for over a year now without much major changes. And other people have mentioned points like, you know, you can revamp all game modes. It doesn't have to be adding a new core game mode. You could revamp Labyrinth, Battle Drills. You revamp things to make them more engaging, more interesting. And also, I'm going to be making a video right after this about the live PvP event going on. It's on the VN server live right now. It's also on the Pioneer server. And people are really enjoying that. The live PvP event, people have told me that, like, one person just messaged me from the VN server that he spent 8 hours playing it and he didn't even keep track of time. Basically, he lost track of time because of how entertaining it was, exciting it was, ranking up in the game mode. And obviously, I know people don't have that amount of time to spend in the game. But if, for example, there's a game mode that, like, people who have plenty of time can invest it into it, and people who don't have plenty of time can still play it very infrequently and still get all of your rewards, is basically, that's a really nice thing, right? And I think that, honestly, I'll talk more about it when I make that video, but I think it is game modes like that, which are entertaining, which are exciting to play, that should be a permanent thing, a permanent game mode that can be played daily. Doesn't mean it has to have great rewards behind it. It could just be purely cosmetic rewards. Or maybe the rewards are very easy to achieve and it's not like you have to have a high time investment. But basically, having something like that is going to help keep the community engaged. It's very necessary. And if we don't have things like that, is basically, you know, we're just, each season is very, very kind of just a repetition of the previous one. Now, of course, the reason I'm saying all this is not I'm trying to criticize AFK Journey or complain, is because I care about this game. I want it to survive for a long time and I want it to continue to improve, and I really feel that we're at a point where the sentiment of players is at an all-time low, and that should really be kind of like a pressure to make changes and make improvements to basically, we still have time, right? We still have a chance in the game and in basically the community. But like, if nothing is done at all, I do fear that it is going to continue to decline as it has been. And I'm not dooming the game. I'm going to be the last person playing this game. I've already invested way too much into my own account and also into my YouTube channel. Like, this is what I do, right? So I'm never going down. I'm saying these things because I want the best for the game, and I want it to live long, and I want it to prosper, right? That's just a quote from, I guess, Star Trek or something. I haven't even watched Star Trek, but yeah, that's what came to my head right now. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. That's gonna be it. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.